Hey, are you thinking about moving to Morristown, New Jersey? Well, that's where we are today, and I'm standing in front of the Vail mansion, which was designed to replicate a Florentine palazzo, and I think they hit it out of the park on there. Fortunately, the fountain's not on right now, but you can see this beautiful, nice landscape that leads up to it. It's now actually a restaurant, bar, and kitchen, and we're right off South Street, which is kind of like the main drag here in Morristown. There's a lot to see on today's tour. We're going to talk real estate. We're going to show you some homes that recently sold. But yeah, we're right on South Street, and everything you need here on South Street. You've got restaurants, shops, some cool places to check out. Actually, we're right across from the library, which is right over here. And on the other side, down the block a little ways, is the community theater, standing in front of the memorial here. And yeah, like I said, South Street, you've got some cool places to eat. There's Sterling Tavern, there's Orale, which you've probably seen in Jersey City, and also some really cool, there's an Irish pub, lots of coffee places, clean juice, just lots of different things. You've also got down the street here, you've got the Swiss Chalet, which has lunch and lots of baked goods. Plenty of stuff here to do and lots to see. It's a very historic place, which we'll be talking about later on at the end of the tour, so stick around for that. But yeah, why don't we get started and show you a little bit more of Morristown, New Jersey. Hey, if this is your first visit to the channel and you're looking to learn everything there is to know about the Midtown direct suburbs of New York City, then subscribe below and tap the notification bell so you can be the first to hear about the current market conditions here in New Jersey and New York. Hey, I'm Jeff. The team and I, we get calls every day from people just like you who are thinking about moving to one of New York City's amazing suburbs, and we love it. So whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so we can help you find the perfect place. So as you know from the top of the video, we're here in Morristown, New Jersey, and we're just outside the train station. I thought I'd give you a little tour of the train station. And from here in the morning, your commute to New York City Penn Station would be just about an hour. Some of the trains are a little bit over an hour, like 1 hour, 3 minutes. And again, like I've said in past videos, you're gonna wanna avoid those trains with transfers, but if the timing works better for you, then you might wanna take those. So definitely consider that, and keep in mind the transfers. So anyways, where we are here is we're right on Morris Street, and we're a little bit off of South Street. It's about 2-block walk from South Street. So the train station isn't right in the middle of the city like Summit and other places. So you've got some shopping right across the street for like coffee, food. Milburn Deli has a new location here. Wine, liquor, some pizza. Actually, on the other side there's a really nice new office building that Deloitte is occupying. And underneath they've got a wine store and the Godfather Pizzeria, so that's cool. So definitely some stuff over here, but your main stuff's going to be over on South Street. So the population here in Morristown is just about 20,000 people, and it was founded in 1715 and incorporated in 1865. It's been quoted as being called the military capital of the American Revolution, and you'll see why at the end of the video when we do our last stop. You should definitely wait around to see that and check out what I have to show you there. Now, interestingly enough, it's kind of like Chatham in that there's kind of two areas. You have Morristown, which is the central downtown area that I've been showing you right now. That's sort of like the donut hole. The donut on the outside is Morris Township, so two different places, but in all intents and purposes, they kind of feel like the same place. Even when you look up the address on like Google Maps, it kind of says Morristown, even though you're in Morris Township. The school districts here are, again, not my opinion here, but rated an A on niche.com. They have 8 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. And what's very interesting that you're going to want to hear about is, I think it was only a couple of days ago, this article came out on money.com, but Morristown is rated number 30 in the entire country on money.com. Atlanta, Georgia was number 1. Jersey City was actually number 10, and I think Fort Lee was number 14. So 3 New Jersey towns in the top 100. That's great to hear. And Morristown it was one of them. So definitely something to check out if you're considering someplace that has a little bit further of a commute, but you know, still offers a really cool vibe in terms of a downtown. Lots of things to do. There's a big movie theater right in the middle of downtown. Just lots of cool things to check out. So without further ado, let's go and do a little tour of the real estate and show you what's sold recently on the market. Between the two, Morris Township and Morristown, I think the average 12-month has been about $715,000 overall. Now, what's interesting about the town is because you do have a sort of a downtown city area, you do have a lot of condos. So there's, you know, everything from big mansions on like 2 acres of land all the way down to like condo-sized units. So definitely a wide variety of offerings here in Morristown. But let's get after it and show you some of the homes that have recently sold in the last 30 days. And then, like I said, stick around to the end of the video so we can talk about the really cool historical landmarks here in Morristown and what happened in the 1700s. So we're at our first stop. This is our least expensive home today on the tour. This recently sold. It was listed for $600,000 and it sold for $640,000. This is 3 Marion Place. This is in Morristown. It's a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, Cape Cod style, built in 1956. But it did have a new kitchen, really nice condition on the interior. 0.4 acres, and it was on the market for 28 days. So you can see pricing strategy here went really well. They went below what they thought they could get, and then they ended up getting above asking. So let's go check out our next listing, which is just below $1 million. Okay, so we've just arrived here at 10 Corey Road. This is also in Morris Township. This is a 5-bed, 3-bath. Originally listed at $779, then they took it down a little bit to $739, and it ended up selling a little bit over asking for $740. 32 days on the market. This is a new build from 2021, so everything inside is brand new, 2,700 square feet, and it's on a very small lot because this area is actually a little bit more compact. We're up against a industrial area across here. Just pan around behind me. Sort of built in a semi-colonial style house, but you've got a little front porch. 0.18 acres is where I was going with that. And yeah, new build, so very interesting to see what you can get on a smaller scale, good driveway. Even though it's up against an industrial area, it's a very quiet road. I'll just peek out here and show you a little bit more. But yeah, this is Morris Township, so just outside of the town city center. So without further ado, let's check out another one. So our third stop on the tour in terms of real estate is just above $1 million. This is 40 West Park Place. Now this one's a condo, so it was unit 312 if you're looking it up. And it was a 2-bed, 2.5 bath. It listed for $1,125, and again, a little tricky on that one, so it ended up selling at $1,015,000. 73 days on the market, so a little bit longer, probably because that price point was a little high. And it faces onto the Morristown Green, so we are in Morristown. Obviously it's a little bit more of a city-like. Built in 2010, so the interior was still pretty relatively new. Sort of a brick modern building, but with some sort of like classical detailing. Again, still pretty modern overall. 5+ penthouses. Yeah, interesting property there. And then while we're here, we'll talk about the park. So this is the Morristown Green behind me. You've got lots of cool shops and restaurants. Century 21, you've got a big location there. Pliables, some ramen, Columbia Bank. And then right off of here you have some bigger restaurants like the Revolution, Office Tavern, some cool stuff down there. Starbucks is right underneath. So if you do see listings come up here, definitely give us a shout. We'd love to give you a tour of the inside. So yeah, that's 40 West Park Place. Really cool option if you're looking to be right in the middle of everything and close to the train station. We are in between houses as we're doing our tour here, and I just thought I'd show you Speedwell Park, which is just in Morristown. Really pretty lake here. You've got a nice little waterfall, and they do stock it with, I think it's trout for fishing. Some cool old like remnants of buildings, some old structures, stone sort of foundation walls, really cool trails here. And yeah, it's something nice to have in the middle of town. This lake's really pretty. I mean, you could see today with the foliage and the colors, nice reflection on the lake. A really nice amenity to have right in the middle of town. And there's a couple areas like this around town. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of the town while we're on the tour. So let's get back to it. We're at 50 Canfield Road. It's a beautiful tree line, sort of a lot of elm trees, beautiful foliage today in the fall. And it's so fresh that they're actually moving in, so I didn't want to film the house. So we've got some B-roll. So this is actually in Morris Township. It's a 5-bed, 6-bath, 2 half-bath. And the listing price was $2,995,000. It was on the market for a while. So again, another reoccurring theme here. Pricing is key, and it also sort of tips a little bit to show you that the higher end market is hurting a little bit more than the sort of middle market. So this one's definitely at the higher price point. The sale price was $2,350,000. It was on the market for 73 days. Much larger property, 1.87 acres, so almost 2 acres. And this is a new build, so this was built in 2005, custom build, colonial style. You'll see a lot of the homes, I'm going to show you some more B-roll, where you've got some actual like historical Victorians, some sort of colonial revivals, some Tudor style Victorians. But yeah, beautiful road, very quiet. I always say to check out the photos on Zillow, but I should mention, you know, like that's just for reference. Please get in touch if there's anything interesting in the area that you want to check out. But just a sidebar there. But yeah, very lovely house on a beautiful street. And yeah, interesting how the market's shifting a little bit more at the top. The middle market is still very competitive, but you can see they got like a $600,000 discount from the pricing, from the list price there. So let's move on to the next one. So as I said at the top, we had a special piece of history to share with you today at the end of the tour. And kind of going back a little bit, there are a lot of parallels to Chatham in the sense that you have Chatham Borough and Chatham Township. And here you have Morristown and Morris Township, that donut thing that we talked about. And similarly, we have George Washington. So we're here at the Ford Mansion, and this one is not as much of a folklore, but this is very well documented that in 1779 to 1780, that winter in between, he did lodge here. It was considered a very hard winter at that point in time. So yeah, this is the Ford Mansion, and it's on a beautiful hilltop that overlooks the Morristown area. And in general, I hope you found the tour really helpful. It was really interesting seeing different homes that are sort of in the city, but then on the outside we had that bigger mansion that was newly built, and then we had the condo, sort of two different sides of the spectrum, and then in between we had the two houses that were a little bit smaller, a little bit more affordable. But I mean, here we go, colonial. This is sort of the real deal when it comes to colonial, because 1700s mansion here. But yeah, overall, I think it's a really cool town. You're a little bit further from the city, so your commutes are bigger, but so much stuff to do with the downtown area. Lots of restaurants, lots of sort of, not chains, but other restaurants that you've seen in other towns, like Roots and Office Tavern. There's also, I saw Committed Pig. I don't know if you noticed that one on my little highlight reel. But definitely some cool stuff. There's also a monument here to George behind me. If you're interested in learning more, definitely get in touch with us down in the comments, or send us an email, shoot us a text, whatever works best for you. We're here for you. Yeah, that's Morristown, and I hope you liked it. I'm Jeff. Thanks for spending time with me, and in the meantime, we'll see you in the next video.